In this video, we will discuss how to use Argus Message Manager to track your incoming and outgoing messages. To open Argus Message Manager, we double-click on the Message Manager icon on our desktop. This opens a web interface that connects back to our main Argus install, whether that be on the local machine or on a server on your network. By default, the username and password are both set to Argus. This can be changed if required. We click on Login. This shows our Message Manager view. Now this is a view of everything we've sent and received via our Argus install. By default, when you first send a message out via Argus, it goes into a status of not yet sent. That means it's in the Argus database waiting to be sent out. Once Argus sends that message out, it'll change the status to awaiting acknowledgement. That means the message has been sent out, it's waiting for Argus at the other end to respond. Once it receives that response, it changes the status to acknowledged with a green tick. That means from your Argus to their Argus, delivery is confirmed. Doesn't mean they've read the message, purely means their Argus has downloaded it. If Argus doesn't receive a response after 3 days, it marks the message as failed with no acknowledgement. That means that Argus at the other end hasn't responded to that message. If all the messages to one particular site were failing, that would be a their end problem. If all the messages you're sending out are failing, that would indicate an issue at your end to get your Argus checked. Each of those statuses of messages has its own view. So sent all messages shows everything you've sent out, not yet sent, waiting acknowledgement, acknowledged, and failed. Non-HL7 are non-encrypted messages. They're generally notification messages, address book update notifications, failed acknowledgement notifications, and agent event error notifications. And the transport responses are just that. Your Argus sending responses out to messages it's received. If we go back into the All Messages view, this shows an example of some of the messages that have gone out. If we actually click on the tracking ID, it will show an example of what the message looks like. If we return back to Messages, we can then look at the received views. Now again, we've got a received all messages. You've got the received process messages. They're the messages Argus has received and dropped into your clinical application. Non-process messages could be an issue with the message. Non-HL7 messages are non-encrypted messages. So if someone goes into their email client, whether it be Outlook or one of the other email clients, puts in your Argus address and sends a normal email to that Argus address, your Argus will download that message but won't do anything with it because it's not encrypted. And then we've got the acknowledgements and transport responses. They're your Argus receiving responses back from the other end. If we go to the process messages view, we can see the messages that have come in. It has a tracking ID so we can track the message through the system, the sender's name, their electronic ID. The subject will always be either SMD message or Argus encrypted message. That is just how Argus has transported that message through. The patient name, the report type specified by the sender, the date you received it, the lock indicating it's encrypted, and the process logo indicating that Argus has processed that message into your clinical application. From here, we can also click on the tracking ID and have a look at an approximate view of what the message will look like in your clinical application. We go to Return to Messages, and it brings us back to those views. Thank you for watching this video. If you require any further information about Argus Secure Messaging, you can contact us on 03 9037 1000, Monday to Friday, 9 AM to 5 PM Eastern Time. Documentation can be found under the Training tab on our website at telstra.com/health/Argus.